I spoke to Makai Lemon, the wide receiver out of USC. He said this is the first time it really hit him that the draft is actually happening. He said in all the prep, he'd have been grinding and focused on that. But when he walked in this room tonight, he thought, oh, wow, this is incredibly real. I saw an amazing...
Come on, baby.
The Miami coach and Reuben Bain Jr. in his defensive end, where coach said, look, I'm really proud of you and this is going to be a great night. And then Brady Tysonson, he said he's just so thankful to be here, but his mom Julie said the nerves she's feeling right now are worse than anything she's ever felt pre-game. She said Ty is just her little boy that loves football and she has faith he's going to be taken tonight.
I want to thank you very much. We'll be hearing from you on these players all evening long. There are quite a few teams.
Yeah.
6 to be exact.
Shout out to everybody that's watching.
At least as of now, no picks.
Those are all watching that like button.
Teams that we want to tomorrow to hear from Lawrence and sort of Frazier. And this absolutely leaders for football. So the stage is set. The players are set. The fans are most certainly set. It's the 90 minutes NFL draft, and it starts right now. In Pittsburgh.
Let's get this drive going.
The Steelers define toughness, tradition, and the very soul of this game. Tonight, the draft returns to a city that has its name. It's here. When they go to the leadership breeze, Terry and the future of the league is in the NFL draft. It's a pride, life. This is a city of opportunity. The people, we're expecting to beat Saturday to launch as the fortunes of every team out of this most summit to the wildest things of 32 young men and their families go through right before your eyes. Among those young men are Jello Island, spectacular wedding and Notre League Dungeon. What that? This being one of the top fives since Saquon Barkley came in daily. Texas Tech pass under extraordinaire. With the chance goes this direction. Number 2, the hero of the Arnold Reese. Equally spectacular out of Ohio State, a Buckeyes defense that is well represented here tonight. And then Fernando Mendes, family and friends tonight, but you will hear from him the moment his name is called. This is the night where the teams tell you the truth, not with words, but with their actions. The night 32 join those teams. The teams that they want. The different. So great. Presented by it is time to go. The Mercury played 4-3 by the score. The Warriors on the fly. And eventually, 2026 NFL draft tonight is yours. On field and home on the one of the most dominant franchises in history. Yeah, here. Thank you for seeing and didn't come along. Steelers captain, 8-time Pro Bowler and Defensive Player of the Year. Steelers 2023 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, Cam Taylor.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring up the men and take away the greatness. Mind you, let down.
Blunt.
We got to talk quarterback. 2 quarterbacks. 2 wins. 1 Super Bowl champion.
Big man. Seen that doing a while, bro. They got all the letters out there today. What's up, bro? There go Fred right there, dude. That's Fred right there with his family. Stop messing with the thing.
was, I spent both the national team. The same develops through that cycle that is 40 facts again. They got this shit like right here. They talk about that. Fernando Mendoza was the best quarterback in this group and the best player overall right there with Notre Dame. Against Penn State, the quarterback draw for 10 yards on third down, 18-yard touchdown. Quarterback draw against Miami, change of direction, toughness, and athleticism. Raider Nation be happy we got the number one pick, and there's a quarterback of this caliber there. And prediction is organization, great teammates, and looking forward to talking to the coaches, owners, and I'm a staff opportunity.
Congratulations.
And so, Brian, the number one pick of the draft, extra portion of the team's now, unexpected begins. My brother Beaver Jets go up and find the compensation centered around the two defensive ends. David Bell and Arvell Reese. What are your expectations for the Jets here? Arvell Reese, I'll tell you what, you're looking at physically, he's near Central Kansas State, working all linebacker or edge rusher. Can he become Michael Parsons? Move outside and get 10 to 15 sacks a year. We don't know that. He has to learn, as he said, how to rush the passer. He didn't have a sack in the final 6 games. He didn't have a forced fumble in his career. They made a lot of big plays. He's got a ton of talent. Edge, you got the fullback. He can't become the great edge rusher. He's an all-formal linebacker. With David Bailey, he was a good player at Stanford. He wasn't a great player. He was a phenomenal player since his second this one season. He had help around him. To cheer him sack. Now, playing the run. That's what he's just doing the NFL. You can't be one trick pony in the NFL. You can't. Got enough of that. The Jets. Somebody's got to stop the run. He's got to step up. He's the guy. He's doing it. It's slightly higher grade than Bailey for that reason. He is so young. He's 2 years younger, Reese says, and David Bailey. He's 20, so he's 21. Never. David Bailey is going to be 23 in September. So for me, slightly some solid, it's like the States family as well. I'll tell you what, you want the guy proven, ready to go to the edge, it's Bailey. You want the guy that a year or two once he learns phenomenal. He might get Parsons like talking over it. Our team like the New York Jets that hadn't had a reception since I had hair. They need somebody that can rush the passer and make the football come out. I understand about Barry Reed is that he may be the thousand minutes for him, but they need somebody now that can make the ball come out. David Bailey is a proven commodity. We had this conversation a few years ago. Aiden Hutchinson, Trayvon Walker, do you want the ceiling and the potential, or do you want the guy that knows how to get it done and to put in the prescription? With the 14.5 sacks. And look, I mean, the statistics are not in the Jets' favor. You're right. Sack percentage, striker percentage, they're one of the worst in the NFL. You know what else they were worse in terms of taking the ball? If people can make plays on the ball, getting absolutely blunted in the middle of the field by running backs. They were the worst defense in the NFL as far as linebacker play on the second level. They need both of these guys. The question is, what do they prioritize? The Jets have two picks in the third round. I think it will be 16 mark the trade. I'll get forward to it back. But here they are to make the second pick in the draft. As the commissioner takes his way to the microphone where he will announce the New York Jets selection with their fans to the even game time victory in the top. Second pick in the 2026 NFL draft. The New York Jets select David Bailey.
Oh, wow. I don't know why I thought it was going to be Arvell, bro.
The top five in the common draft era, and according to the Jets Kingdom, they have 26 sacks last year, 31st in the NFL. And Bailey was a big 14.5 sacks for a ferocious defense that led the Red Raiders to the 5th seed in the college football playoff, tied for the most sacks in the nation. Bailey was a consensus All-American. He transferred now after graduating from Stanford. He had forced fumbles for the last 2 years, 5 in 2024 at Stanford. Winning this past year, he became a dominant edge rusher at Texas Tech.
I said, where are Glenn? Oh, okay, I said he in the back by the corner right there. Looking at their war room, I'm like, dang, what the heck, Glenn?
As I said, I'm nothing you gave me. He had consistency over the edge. He's going to step up against the run. The Jets, that's not a big factor of what he has to take to a player. He's drafting number 2. I had a pretty step aside. If not, that technical, he's got they want somebody that can get it done now. That's against all the things. What David Bailey is showing you from Stanford taking backs that he can get it done and be the immediate pass structures in the National Football League. So where are we going to bring the New York Jets at a ball from a 4-3 now to a 3-4? Let's start with something that I love. You have to be able to bring the offensive tackle with the get off. and you get off before the tackle moves and the ball is snapped. That gives you an opportunity to get your rush on
Hmm.
and you get to the quarterback. That's an easy win. But can you win the quarter? That requires athletic ability and ability. Get an inside shoulder. And then you have to have the burst to get to the quarterback and to finish. And here's the thing that I love. It's an array of moves. He's been pass rusher. Not only can he strike speed, here's the spin move. Come on, give me a fastball and a counter with this. He's got the speeds and the spin. He's the most ready-made rusher for the get. Yeah, he went up against some pretty passes slow. He went up against the hottest around in Arizona State at Utah. And the things he tested.
Should have just had a small intel at the bottom, don't it?
Again, a player the Jets there, freely they will select again later in this first round right now. Never get time for a touchdown. He's standing by with David Bale.
David, you worked so hard for this, and now you're the first defensive player off the board in the NFL draft. What does it mean to hear your name called this early?
Yeah, I mean, it's surreal to me, man. This is a great experience. I'm just awesome. You know, just so grateful, man. Shout out all the fans that came out here. I'm just happy to be here.
How will you immediately impact this Jets defense?
Man, I just want to get in there and just be a sponge, just soak up everything, just, rely on the vets, rely on the staff to make me the best player I can and, help out this organization, man. I feel like this organization's trending in the right way, so, man, I'm just ready to work.
All right, David, in the last minute, Topps has made your first pro trading card, so go over there and sign it, okay? Congrats.
Thank you very much, David Bailey. Is a New York Jet. The Arizona Cardinals are on the top. Is standing by the push. Have to go. The Jets had 26 sacks last year, which is the fewest the team had had since 1999. But they have 3 coaches on the staff who are at Stanford when David Bailey was there. Those a unique insight for the Jets. Goes around this franchise. We were talking about Bailey before we went down to the interview there. Did you believe that that felt this way? It was a difficult decision. At least it was one that was much discussed in New York and around them between Bailey and our reasons. Again, before we move forward to the Cardinals, we agree with the decision the Jets made. Now, too sick to be just the Jets. Look, it's place, but every other one play. Defense, I didn't get on one play. He didn't straight over. When you put it in the look at the best pass rusher right now. We project to be able to do that in the NFL. He can start on the left and rush the back there. You have to take care of second down. And we've seen what they're doing that he has. He's demand that so we can really do what he does best, which is literally by creating like that. It was going to change to show the question of the defense part of the chat and between Vic. So now the Arizona Cardinals is going to make their selection. There's been so much speculation about the possibility to go to the running back here. It's too early for Jim to it's the second best player on my board. He's right there before the end of the night. What's this thing? They need juice. They need to energize the player base. They have no identity. It's a bland football team, right? That's the Arizona Cardinals. Recording the money back. That's everybody 84 actors. They're going to work that spot. Walk in and catch the ball. Runs of 36 and runs of 7 years. He had runs of 29 years to 8 games before he's 24. He's 20 years of age. He never fumbled. He is a great up man. That's all that's the future. He's in that West. He's one of the consistent. You got to get the offensive line, man. This is going to we will find out if indeed that is the selection that they made. We anticipated perhaps a trade to this spot. Does not appear we had that. The Cardinals pick is indeed in the Vikings. Three. So the Cardinals fans standing in anticipation. With the third pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love,
running back, Merriman.
Dang, the Giants missed out. Wow.
We had so much speculation over the last few weeks that this would be the selection. And there it is. What a special season. Jeremiah Manfred.
Well, sure. Then again, when you think about it, bro, they probably can go all defense with those two seats they got.
21 touchdowns. The unanimous All-American, third in Heisman, the first Notre Dame player ever to win the Joe Walker Award as the top running back in the nation. Now he is the third, I should say, in the NFL.
Every single offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, running back coach, head coach, wants guys who can win games in one swing. Jeremiah Love is that. He's more than a running back. You know, people don't want to believe it, but he's more than a running back. He is a weapon. He is a guy who can create some 20-yard explosives at the blink of an eye. You see it right there. This is 2 years ago. We watched Saquon Barkley. It's the Philadelphia Eagles on his back. It's a big in the run game. That is that you after. This draft is not so pretty good offensive line yet. They're going to have to go for work. And look, they don't play football until September. But they got to fix the offensive line. There's no something about that. But you cannot pass up guys like this. If you told us Darren Little Carlos, hey, we'll give you Christian McCaffrey. We'll give you Feeds on Coffee. You think they wouldn't take them right now in the heartbeat? Those guys are difference maker. That fits right into that mold. I cannot wait to see.
Yo, where is this at? Oh, Christian Bell's high school.
Jeremiah Love, Ty Simpson, trading away, taking the pick. Take a look at Jeremiah Love, the team. He's the third running back selected in the top 3 in the last 20 years, joining Saquon Barkley and Trent Richardson. Can you remember Tony Dorsett night? On Monday night, this kid is quick. You watch him here. What is he going to do? He's going to take it to the house. This kid is awesome. He's dynamic. He had, like I said, all the runs over 29 yards, 46 plus 15.
Yeah, man, gone, bro.
So smart football player. After that, catches everything that air they catch. Forget about it. That's it. Never fumbles it. Let's have this conversation. Player. When we're talking about our team, he's out offensive back. They got James Harden, they got Tyler Herfield, and now you have Jeremiah Love. See, this seems to be a point about this. You're on this team in a different way than I would. I was a player, but I disagree with the big rounds on it. This team's on the back. He's thrown down the middle. But there's more steps line in this third. They're going to have to show work on it, try to get some of this, but you can't pass this shit up. Let's go down to the stage. Marion Botboy brings us there. Laura is standing by with Jeremiah Love. Laura.
Jeremiah, your dad was your first ever coach. He's instilled so much confidence in you over the years. How special is this night and this moment for the two of you?
It's very special. You know, my dad was the first person that believed in me, and he the sacrifice that I could get me to this point. So I got to pay him back. Got to pay my family back. And I'm looking forward to getting working in Arizona.
I feel you. You are the first running back to be taken in the top 5 since 2018. Why were your skill set translate to the NFL?
I mean, it's just a blessing. You know, I feel very honored to represent the running backs. And I'm going to put on for them. I'm going to put on for all football players. I'm going to put on for Notre Dame. I'm going to put on for my family. The last time I'm going to put on for the Cardinals. You know, do some special things together.
Congratulations, Jeremiah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Kuiper, you have been saying for years you don't draft a running back in the first round, and now all of a sudden here you are celebrating the selection of a running back by the Arizona Cardinals at number 3. I don't even know who you are anymore. That's what they say. Not its attitude. Time for purpose facts. That's what he is. I disagree with you, Bob. Well, yes. No. automatic guy, first, second best player in the draft. He's number 2 speed, right to where he goes. You're picking third overall. You can't reach for it. CC now we know what the top right of my hand. Can't reach right in the offensive line. Get the guy in the top 3. Jeremiah Wall. Then you got to the offensive line. All right, so let's move forward now. The Tennessee Titans are making their selection back. I see on the screen behind me. There's a years in with new coach Robert Saleh. You see him there in the center of all of it. A number of different directions here, Booker. What are you anticipating?
Well, they can go one of 2 ways. They can get somebody on the defensive side of the football. It's a lot of things to Jeffrey Simmons and help them. If there's somebody with Cam Moore, you try to help somebody in the offense. You got to help him or you got to help Jeffrey Simmons. Which way do they go?
All of those great Ohio State defensive players remain on the board if that's the direction that Robert Saleh chooses to go. Arthur Reese, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs. All of them expected to be drafted early here tonight off that outstanding defense for Tennessee. Let's find out at the moment. Here he is. The commissioner asking about making it play. To announce selection number 4.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State.
No, they got a good choice there. That was a shocker to me, bro. Thought they were going defense.
Carnell Tate is the 6th Buckeyes wide receiver to get drafted in the first round in the last 5 drafts. He started 25 games opposite Jeremiah Smith the past 2 seasons, caught 103 balls for 13 touchdowns. Now, he's a ready-to-go guy for the NFL. He fights route runner, great hands, great character, great approach when he tracks the deep ball. So for Cam Moore, the key guys is getting Cam Moore at an elite level. He showed mid-season late he could be that guy quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. Carnell Tate qualifies as a safe bet. You know what you're getting? By the way, he'll also block as well. Very unselfish player. Had a great year for Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith certainly helped out. Jeremiah Smith will be one of the top 3 players the next year. This gets out some help certainly to Ohio State. The Smith being that guy on the other side that everybody had to worry about. But for Carnell Tate, checks the boxes. He's on the defense. To think about the top 5, you know what you're getting. You don't get a solid guy. You don't drop the football. So you talk all the time about how do you help out the quarterbacks. You got to know what's happening. Their number 1 wide receiver last year, guy who met Lex Hall at Stanford a couple years ago. He led the team as far as wide receiver, and he found 515 yards. Only one other team had a wide receiver who led the team with less yards. I mean, with more yards. Looked at the most offense in New York Jets, so they need more weapons on the perimeter. This guy still needs to and he catches everything. What a great thing for Cam Ward. I promise you, he's happy right now.
And when you understand what new offensive coordinator Brian Daboll is going to do, I think he loves Cam Ward. You want to make Cam Ward the head coach of New York Jets. Now you have Cam Ward as your quarterback, and your offensive coordinator in 2 things. And I think now he has some reps on the outside. And so you get an opportunity to really good young quarterback. You got to take a young quarterback, a playmaker, and Carnell Tate. Now, he's going to be asked to be the number 1. And Ohio State, he wasn't one. How does he adjust when the coverage is going to him? How does he adjust when the game plan is for him? That's something he's going to have to adjust with. But as far as being a solid state job, he kept the football with his hand. He understands how to throw the bounce. And I don't care about the speed. He knows how to speculate. Look at the balls that he went deep on and beat DB after DB for deep balls in a big series.
So Carnell Tate becomes the first Ohio State player off the board in this draft. I'm not sure how many people saw that coming. With Arvell Reese available and
He's got some good solid routes.
Caleb Downs available. The Carnell Tate becomes the 2nd receiver drafted in the top 4 in the last decade. Marvin Harrison Jr., also from Ohio State, was the other. Harry Blackley takes us down the line. Who's standing by with Carnell Tate?
Carnell, what do you want your new quarterback Cam Ward to know about what you bring to this Titans offense?
I'm a target for him. Whenever he needs me, I'm there for him. I'm offensive.
You had a really incredible moment where you wanted to honor your late mom, Ashley, tonight. Can you show us how you had her name inscribed on the inside of your jacket? And as you're showing us, how did she help you achieve your dreams that you wanted to achieve, but there were also her dreams.
Yeah, my mom, she's my everything. She's my rock. She's my world. If it wasn't for her having me here, she sacrificed everything for me. I'm really forever indebted.
I know she'd be so proud tonight, Cornell. Congratulations.
Well, that is what this night is about. It is about the fates and fortunes of every team in the NFL being reshaped, and it is about the wildest dreams of these youth men and their families coming true directly before your eyes. Mendoza, Bailey, and Tate are the first four. The New York Giants are on the clock. You're watching the NFL Draft on ESPN.
Can I get a Bud Light? Sorry, the bar's not open yet. Oh, it's not me. It's for the ride. She said, try the clean crisp taste and her words on mine. She actually wants 3. She wants that legs, too.
Anything for the clean, crisp taste, the Bud Light.
Sarah Benson. The Bronx Auto Body LLC. What did she call her?
No, you mean Jablonski Automatic LLC.
They actually sold the twins' name names.
Yeah, like stadiums did. Kids are so expensive these days.
Oasis Breeze and Star.
I'll be around to do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options.
What's right? The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
What did you bring back from your last trip? A dumpling you'll never forget. Nature truly feels like a bit of local arts. A soulmate for the week. Finding out you love a good poncho. And clamping. And that durian's everything they say it is. Everywhere you go with Marriott Bonvoy shoots you, making you the greatest souvenir of all. Explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences.
To do this, done by us. Introducing Home Care Plus subscription for $99. That was more than loans.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're also one of America's largest financial services companies, too. Just like I'm so much more than Big Nancy. I'm also more than Big Nancy. I want everyone to get me stuff.
I can be shot.
Sure can. Follow your dreams.
Quarterback.
Haven't reached the skill set. New insurance. Anybody knows
In life and in business. Don't put yourself there. But at Accenture, we say, because whatever goal you're in for, all together, you'll get there. Then Foster right here. Connect the line. You're a home for all things NFL. It's time for access with a subscription to NFL Plus. Picks, moves, the plays. All in one place. And now it's now 40% off NFL Plus. Back to Pittsburgh, the National Football League draft. The New York Giants selection is in at number 5. And here comes the commissioner, Roger Goodell, to make the announcement. We can see he's brought some special guests along. In partnership with the Trafficking Assistance Program for Survivors, TAPS, one of the NFL's Salute to Service partners, we are honored to recognize the surviving family of United States Army Major Paul C. Walton. Major Walton sustained tragic fatal injuries while deployed in Afghanistan. He was survived by his spouse Tracy and their 2 sons Andrew and Benjamin. Victor Roque was raised in the Hudson Valley and was a lifelong fan of the New York Giants, a tradition he proudly passed on to his son. Roque family, take it away, man. With the 5th overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select
Oh yeah, they got a good selection here, bro.
Is the highest pick any John Harbaugh team has made in his head coaching career.
They all took a good start, bro.
He's 6'4", 241 pounds. He ran 4.46 at the combine, a consensus All-American Lewis, and the Big Ten linebacker of the year.
Thomas was watching workout green. He was working out with his shirt off. I'm sitting there going, that's right out of Central Kansas now. That's exactly what you're looking for. And just a defensive weapon. And small linebacker by position, of identification. But what he's going to be is he is going to be a weapon for defensive coordinator in the New York Giants. You know what this makes me think of? Think of some of the people that they have in New York right now. You think John Harbaugh is thinking back to the Giants of yesteryear when they had Johnson, and they had the great LT. Think of some of the guys they have now at linebacker in this new Supreme Court moment. They got Brian Burns from Edmonds inside, like Will Carter, Holman Thibodeau, and now Harbaugh Reese. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine the kind of things they're going to be able to do?
Hold on, I'm just saying there was something about the hell did she say 6? Whoa.
And this guy, now just like you talked about,
Holy cow, bro.
it's so many different things with regards to senior. This is happening to so many different things. And
Damn, the Browns are finna load up, dude. Look at that.
You mentioned earlier, Phil, that he is just 20 years old, 21 until the week before his rookie season begins. So much room still to grow for this extraordinary player. Lewis, show us some of the tape.
Well, look, you're talking about it drinking already at 6'4", 41 pounds. He runs so quick. That's the number one thing that jumps off at you, on pace. It's the guy, this
I'm curious to see what the Chiefs are gonna get right here, bro. Moving up from where they was.
here. Defense going to try to take run out. Now you're on this train. The defense going to stop it for no gain. Position versatility. He doesn't have to just line up off the ball back because if you put on the line of scrimmage, he'll put it back. Go with play that. He can do something.
So they don't try to carry Thibodeau.
It's all about speed. He takes this offensive tackle. He gets his two hands, his chest, and just drives it back to the quarterback. Stick up with the box. And then if you do want to see the speed and the bend coming off the end, he's got that too. This is something he's going to have to develop. But man, with all the different body types that they have in their clinic right now, the linebacker room, they have got an embarrassment of rules. And Mark Wilson, defensive coordinators, you're off the clock now. You got some guys to work with.
All right, Marion Bad Boy is going to take us back down to the stage. Now Laura is standing by with Marvell Reese. Laura.
Marvell, what did the Giants share with you about how they plan to utilize you in their defense?
Oh, no, the Giants told me they're going to be unique. They said they're going to use me in a bunch of unique ways, so I'm looking forward to that.
It hasn't been easy for you, this journey. What can you say about those that have helped you all the way back to your days at Glenville High School in Ohio?
Yeah, I can't say no other thank you. You know, it's a bunch of childhood coaches I done had. From my high school coaches, my parents, my family, my brothers. All I can say is thank you.
And you got the hat to fit finally.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. So a pair of pass rushers are now New bound. David Bailey to the Jets and Marvell Reese to the Giants. Meanwhile, here at number 6, we have a trade. The Chiefs have.
Let's see who they get.
Browns have been shopping this pick for weeks and finally they found a taker in the Kansas City Chiefs, who are giving up the 9th overall pick, 3rd round pick, and a 5th round pick, 3 picks to go up to number 6. The Chiefs need defensive help. They need help along the pass rush.
They need help in the secondary. We'll see how it works out here. But Kansas City has made the first trade in the first round, moving up to 6th, Greedy. You're going to anticipate there will be more super quickly now before the commissioner comes down and gives you the offensive defense. While you're they jump Washington and New York. What are we looking at there? Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State. Darnell Taylor really off the board, so we'll see if Tyson is the player. We'll find out momentarily. Again, the Kansas City team's not accustomed to choosing this high in the draft. Here comes the commissioner to make the announcement of the Chiefs at number 6. With the 6th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the individual Chiefs select Marcus Lawrence.
Whoa, dang, that's early.
Traded first team overall, Trent McDuffie to the Raiders this offseason, and his teammate Jalen Watson later signed with LA as well. So they had a need at this position. Man, Stewart Delaney, unanimous All-American.
Man, that's all I want Carolina to get right there. That man a beast.
Virginia Tech.
If they got LSU, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, can he play man coverage? Can you not up and play man to man? You can check that box. Number 2, can he play zone coverage? Can he play be the quarterback? I think we quickly learned he can do that. And does he panic when the ball is there? He doesn't do that. So when you look at that from the lane, you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting a guy that's very patient, that can play man coverage. He's very patient and can play zone coverage. And when the ball is in the air, he understands how to attack the ball. And he doesn't get rapid. That's something that a lot of college players say get very rapid. He doesn't do that, and he catches the football, which means he can turn the football over for your teams. We talked to defensive back coach Floyd Raymond, and he's having to break them down there. Mark Flavors, Patrick Peters, Tyron Matthew. He's right in that same ilk now with all those guys. They're not March Bishop Spalding in high school. Now you watch him play high school football. See him get to this point. You already talked about it. Virginia Tech inconsistent. And it's a big play there. Something gave up from it. This year, short off the front scan. Yeah, there was a repetition and a couple pass. Break up. They took this game to a new level. I thought it was the 4-5 guy. Another 4-4 to work. Right now is the 14th best player in this draft. I think it's a bit of a reach. So guess what? So Jermai McCoy, that lingering knee injury, he became the guy at corner. And you because there's really, right now, no lock corner because of McCoy's injury. Maybe maybe for Saffron's very go say, but that made Montreal much more valuable at the top of the draft because McCoy falling back into that.
Yeah, they're betting on that extension that you're talking about, Mel, that he wants certainly as far as how he has been doing. Continues. They've done a nice job down there with defensive backs. They lost one of them this offseason. I mean, it was a necessity in order for Brett Veach to go ahead and build this position and get someone like this guy who he just absolutely called out all year long. He supports the run. He makes play for the football. He's so happy as a catch player. He can really develop his game. They make the aggressive move. They go up and get their man, and Marion Montoy takes us back to Laura, who's with man stored away.
Missouri just said, wow, this is crazy. The Chiefs traded up to get you. What did they tell you about why you were so important to them?
Sure, really just the way I play the game. This confidence they have in me, they weren't really on me too much in this process, but they said they just wanted to keep it quiet and make that sneak move, and they made the best move in the draft, so I'm excited.
You were once a little boy.
I ain't learning about that, bro.
Become an NFL player. What would that little boy say now?
Man, don't stop now. Don't stop now. You got what you dreamed of, but, man, let's make a mark on this league.
Congratulations.
Sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So the next selection is in. We mentioned the cadence will be quicker this season because there's only 8 minutes rather than 10 between these picks. And now the Washington Commanders have already named their the best player remaining on the board. Fred Warner comparison. Who had Fred Warner? Adam Peterson. Who was the general manager of the Washington Commanders? It's Adam Peter. Who was the cop? Fred Warner. You got Sonny Styles for the Washington Commanders. In a division, those quarterbacks got to chase. Sonny Styles can do it. He can slide. So he get the quarterback like a cat. It's a name that perhaps we had expected to go a little sooner than this. He had one of the truly great showings in the history of the combine about 6 weeks ago. So that certainly feels like a possibility here. Many have projected that Jeremiah Love might fall ball this way. I've seen him projected to the Commanders multiple times. Here comes the commissioner with a
pair of Hall of Famers on either side. Who would have the 7th pick in this year's draft?
The Open Bank NFL Nation of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, is awarded to one player each year and celebrates their profound impact on and off the field. I'm joined on stage by former winners Vince Vaughn and Jerome Bettis. And the league welcomed its newest member to the prestigious club 2 months ago, Super Bowl champion and 6-time All-Pro Bobby Wagner. Here you go, Bobby. On behalf of the family and Nationwide, I encourage
Oh, Bob not there.
to make their community and the league a better place. With the 7th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, Washington Commanders select Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State.
This is the first time that Ohio State has had 3 players selected in the first 7 overall. Sonny Styles, which we talked about earlier, played safety his first 2 seasons in Columbus. Switched to linebacker, just got better and better. At 174 tackles in 2 years, 7 sacks, and an interception. First team All-American last season.
He's another guy who's preparing a rocket ride right now, treating his parts. His development's very similar to ours. And you're going to see here the things that he can do. His football instincts and his football IQ when it comes to playing linebacker, having been a former safety, are just continuing to improve, getting 3-star settled so that he can play guy and that no kid, no make CFL like that. That's exactly what he wants. Like my former safety, how is he going to be able to play at the line of scrimmage as far as setting blocks and still being able to get productive on the point of attack? You see it there. He's getting better at that. His lateral ability, when you have a guy who's this big and covers this much ground, that's going to be no problem for him. He's going to take ball carriers down all over the field. And then his recognition and his reaction to the transition in man zone coverage. Again, the safety background comes into play. That's something he's going to excel at on 3rd downs when he gets to the league. Who's another guy who made this transition? The great Hall of Famer Brian Urlacher, who played that proper position in those 3 Texas in New Mexico, transitioned into being one of the great linebackers with his heights, his weight, his speed, and then eventually his physicality. That's what Sonny Styles is going to be. And here's his offense. This kid has no shakes in his arm when you're talking about football characters. He is the creme de la creme when it comes to football character. He used to be the face of that phrase on the Big Ben.
When you have a guy that thinks ball, a lot of coaches talk to me about him and pass rush. You think they have better business. When his wingspan is so big, now when he drops back in ball coverage, he's going to be hard to hold. You got to pick the ball over a guy 6'4", about over an 80-inch wingspan. Nowadays, with so much more zone coverage and so much wide safety, now you have another side in the middle of the field that can take up a ton of space. Now, here's Sonny Styles. He cut down dramatically on the missed tackle. He transitioned safety to linebacker off ball. 124, a lot of missed tackle. 2025, very few. And his tackle, he had 17 more tackles all recent. As far as the sack number, he got that quarterback his first year at all fall. Had 6 sacks in 2024. He had 2 in the playoffs, one against Texas and 1 at Notre Dame. I only had 1 sack this past season. He's that pass. He's a tremendously talented player with so many versatile, bold, athletic quarterbacks. This kid can track. So they got to take it the 4th best player last night, the 7th best straight choice for Washington. Of course, his dad, Lorenzo Styles, is also a great player at Ohio State. Harriet Bonboy takes us down to Laura and Sonny Styles.
Sonny, we saw your smile when you looked at that Commanders jersey and you put on the hat. What should Commanders fans know about what they're getting in you?
I love the man. I love the game. I love the guys. I love the game. I'm excited to be part of the organization. Coach Quinn and Mr. Peters, the whole staff. I love everyone there. I remember I was there a few weeks ago. Coach Quinn, I was like, I'll be back soon. They said, we'll see. So I'm super happy.
You have now been drafted. Your brother Lorenzo Jr. will be drafted this weekend. What do you remember about being little boys and imagining this night?
Man, I was always, he's my best friend, my inspiration. just chasing around. We dreamed about this since we were 5 years old. So to see it all happen, it's dreaming. But it's just the beginning. Just the beginning.
Enjoy this.
That's Matt. Thank you.
I want to thank you. This draft is being held in Pittsburgh. You might just as well have moved it down the road to Columbus. We've had 3 Buckeyes in these first 7 picks. Darnell Tate, there's a Tennessee Titan, Arvell Reese. There's a New York Giants, Sonny Styles. There's a Washington Commander, the Saints, and then the Browns. And then the Giants again will select next. You're watching the 91st NFL Draft from Pittsburgh on ESPN.
Hey, Fernando.
Hi, how you doing?
Really good. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
We're here with Fernando Mendoza. Just got the call. Tell me what it feels like to be officially drafted.
It is such a blessing. And oh, sorry, 1 second. I need to post on LinkedIn. Who posted? Now it's official. Anyways, here's your question.
Here's your take.
Thank you. That's good.
Oh, me. Why not they all? Can you see? I know the time. In my heart, I will. Then, why not they all?
Doctor cooling off on the sideline.
Surprise! DirecTV got hot. Do you know I played my team?
Really?
Or my team?
It's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps. So hot. Wait, there's no ice universe. I would have been a perfectly good math.
100 years ago, nobody shared bars for military. No, they did it themselves. A group of 25 soldiers backed each other. A century later, we're still serving the military and their families. Not just because it's the right thing to do. It's in our DNA. Those values our founders shared. Honor, purpose, integrity. Those are the things we live by. Our members know we'll be there. Let's say that. Taking care of our
Does anything keep them from coming back?
round up dual action.
That team prevents beats for up to 4 months.
So it keeps working and I can relax.
That's the point. Does this still feed for 4 months? Just gotta get rid of the store now. There you go. Kill and prevent beats for up to 4 months. Round up dual action. Reps. This stuff works. We are back in Pittsburgh, and that is best available players and brought to you by Mary and Buckley. That's the quarterback. And like you know, I say guys, and Caleb down to the safety he was, and certainly one of the smartest players, and Sanchez, smartest player I ever coached. Jordan Tyson, love the kid. I think he's wide receiver one, most talented wide out.
Let's do J-Law team taking the night.
Right tackle guard, Fano, right tackle guard, center, on the far left, he plays. All right, the New Orleans Saints selection is in, and the commissioner has all this making his way to the stage right now to announce it with the 8th selection in this draft. The Browns will come behind them, having traded back with Kansas City a bit earlier. It's the Giants like that second pick of the night. But here comes. And we pass it along to the go. So we can see it out.
Mm-mm. J-Law probably somewhere going crazy right now, dude.
22. The hamstring that lingered into the combine. He was spectacular when he was on the field. All Big 12 each of the last 2 years at Arizona State, 136 catches, 18 touchdowns, Mel, and he rushed for another.
He is a talented football player. He's my career like #1 wide receiver in this draft. You think about where he can be if he stays healthy. That's a durability issue during his career. But if he stays healthy, he can be dynamic for Kansas City. They pass it around. Tyler Shuck. So it's just Tyler Shuck, my guy. Say back to Prince becoming another lineups. Guess what? You think about Chris Olave, right? You learn a lot from Olave. Jordan Tyson can make any check he has to make. He go high, he go low. He's tremendous after the catch guy. Loves his football player. Hey, he got a hamstring. He's trying to play slow a hamstring and injured the other hamstring. Why? Because competitive. So they can fill his hamstring. I don't try to protect. Tyson for Tyson. You see what he didn't have a chance to wrestle. He never ran for it. But they didn't train for it. But he worked out there. Had a great workout. And now George Tyson goes to the Saints and helps that young quarterback. As they did with Tim Warner, because part of them you pair young quarterback with a great receiver. That's what George Tyson can be if he stays healthy.
Here's the thing I'll say about injury is everybody concerns. When you play the National Football League, the injury rate is 100%. It's not if you're going to get hurt, it's when. Everybody's going to get hurt. You just hope it's not a catastrophic injury. I'm not concerned. It's the most it's easier by really a whole different that you do to it. If you kept the football when you can chase it, he's a big man. And I for this. Coach Jordan Tyson. Let's get ready for national football.
Guys, I wonder if you could see the emotion in the face there of Jordan Tyson, who was overcome on his way to the stage. What a moment. And what a reminder of what this night is about. It's about what the Saints are going to have in him as a football player. But it's also about the culmination of a lifetime of work. And you see it all coming out in Jordan Tyson as he made that walk.
Stop. This is the best wide receiver in the draft. The guy I love Parnell Tate. We all love Parnell Tate. We all love Makai Lemon. We all love Denzel Boston. This guy right here is a problem. He is big. He is super explosive. He is tough. He can run every route. He can play all three positions. He can play the C, the X, the slot. I'm just thinking out. Him, Chris Olave, Travis Etienne, Tyler Shuck is sitting there going, okay, buddy. And here comes the Saints now. This is another draft pick. They're gotta be ecstatic. But this kid is sitting there. And here's the thing about training. You see that emotion? Because all through the draft process, all we kept saying, he's injury prone. Everybody trying to knock this young man down because of the injury. So that emotion coming out is somebody believing him when everybody through the process says they work. And I love that for him.
Let's hear from the Marriott Backway takes us down the wall. He's standing by with Jordan Tyson.
Jordan, you're out here singing. We saw you overcome with emotion as you were making the walk. What were you thinking in those moments?
I'm so thankful, so blessed. The Lord's gonna work on me. He's not done. Keep just staying right. I'm gonna give him my all, and that's all I can do.
What can you say to those out there who may deal with adversity, injuries in this game, some of the things that you handled about perseverance?
The Lord said it's going to be hard. You have to persevere. Life is not easy. Keep going, boy. You got it. You strong. I promise you, so strong. Just keep going. You got it.
Yeah, man, brother.
Pointing out the number of times those
You just kept talking about the negativity, the injuries. Is he going to be healthy? He missed one game. That's your man. And now the emotion you see coming out is well deterred by him.
But the boy that you hear behind us is because the Cleveland Browns pick is in, and that, of course, is the orange line. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, we have 30 seconds. What are we looking at? Tackle studying. They trade that. You got Jaden Proctor out of that. They have Michael Philly George. Got 20 seconds. It's going on to the left. So pretty well. That got a shot to make the check. Take one of the guys and break out. If you want to next by doing it, be cool by moving around the GM against the player. And we wouldn't have moved their way back in the draft, and they have not seen any offensive linemen go off the board to this point. So that is the direction they go. They'll have to choice of whoever it is. They want to, we'll find it out from now. Okay? If they're trading back with Kansas City, the Browns are 0-9, and the connection when they do.
with the ninth pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Spencer Connor.
Go the first one.
The first offensive lineman off the board in this class. The celebration at Austin, Utah. He decorated during his outstanding career as an FBS All-American last year. The Big 12 Offensive Lineman of the Year. Similarly won the Alvin Trophy as the best lineman in the country. Played 11 games at left tackle, dealt 23, 41 games at right tackle. Then he became the right tackle. For Caleb Roman the next few years was the left tackle. But regardless, that's the final. This offense, guys, they ran the ball down people. So for a balanced offense, you follow out what to do. That you can't after it in the trenches, guys.
No doubt. I think he's the most versatile offensive lineman in the draft. Even at the combine, Brady worked him out as center. So he played left tackle, he played right tackle. He worked out as center. So you're getting a versatile piece that you can put anywhere on your offensive line. I think Cleveland's going to put him at the left tackle spot, which he played early on in his rookie season. But quarterbacks from Cleveland had him up high last year. Look how this team looks for as pass protected. He's one of those guys who has physical versatility. He can go from right to left. They just need to figure out the best combination of size and make sure they can keep whoever winds up being their quarterbacks off the ground.
The commissioner is making his way back again. The New York Giants earlier this evening on the 5th pick of the draft from Argyle Reese, and now they have the second selection of the evening here. The 10th, the commissioner is ready with the announcement.
The 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Brandon.
No, the offense started off the board.
Coming out of IMG, so it's been on the radar. Santos Holland, and now Jonas Holland, 16 years old, about turned 21 until June. Guess what? He started 42 games right tackle during his career fighting the Hurricanes. Entertaining player to watch. His feet on top of itself, crossing defenders off the ball. Powerful hands, very quick push, spread the leg drive. He sustained his block, the pitch protection, the hand placement was very good. Played with balance, good mirror ability, has the base anchor versus power, with punch through. He came a long way as a pass protector. As a right tackle, people kind of bring him up and we say, go far. I don't think so. He can be a right tackle in the NFL. And if he struggles down the line, then you kick him inside his arms. Well, Francis Valley, Cincinnati, Illinois, a long way this year, with a back injury.
And Miami treasure day pick.
He was projected to go into Chuck Harris for the back injury. He pushed him down the board.
And look, he's one of those guys who, every time he went down the floor, be able to walk around and get some ball. He said, this guy reminds me of the next team. He has that kind of a build in terms of how he can play on the football field and running the pass game, and how he elevates all the players around. For Miami has to have it. That's the running back and pick number 51. Jack does not have to stay healthy. Quarterback Jack Arthur, offensive line stack are also quarterback Jack. But they need to be firmer up front. They need to settle on a group of 5. He needs to be where the big and if you look at what the Giants have done, they're talking back. Arthur Reese, CC Palmore. Guy that can affect the ball in the front seven for defense and from an offensive line stand. This is a powerful player. Against their will, the most powerful tackle in his round. He can kick inside the guard, but I think he's the right tackle all day, every day. And now you have a guy that when you need that tough kick, and you need to line up the defense so you can run behind CC Palmore.
Certainly sounds like a John Harbaugh kind of team. That making those decisions on the offensive line is a new era for the New York Giants. And they're doing it on the line of scrimmage. Perhaps no surprise there. I'm told, by the way, the Dallas Cowboys have traded up into the next. They'll be making the next one before we do that. We're doing this. Marion Lovejoy, standing with Francis Vallino.
What do you want to tell Jackson Dart about how you want to protect him on this Giants line?
Oh, God, about this here, man. And I'm ready to die for you, man.
I know a lot of things happen. I'm pretty shocked, bro.
You have an ode to American Samoa on your jacket and your family, and even growing up there, you had to create your own football gear. There's a lot of kids you're a role model for. They're watching tonight. What's your message to them?
Hey, man. Never thought I would be here, but if I could do it, you could do it. Simple as that.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Steve Maui Noah is a New York Giant with Americans jacket that represents the tribute to American Samoa for the New York Giants again. Going from the Lions Griffin, Carl Reach, and Francis Mariano. They're both to the Giants, and the Dallas Cowboys have moved up. They will select. He has continued to stay, but it's just about. Rated Scout Power. Ego 22-inch aluminum technology. It's the most powerful board in its class, featuring the depth of house great surface, reducing the profit with the sharp power. 900 powered by Ego's patented 56-volt lithium battery. One battery powers all two. Find an Ego retailer near you. Those tackling projects now means you can football Sunday. We need a new fridge.
This one has cracked ice on demand.
More ice than me.
What kinds of ice?
I need a bigger pocket. Like this one.
Do you always have your bucket chains?
I do.
Eczema is on. Unpredictable. But you can flirt nice with eczema. This one's treatment for moderate to severe eczema. It helps you spend less time managing your symptoms. Plus can deliver really lasting results. Like skin that's still more clean than 1 year. Don't eat as if you're allergic to Atlas. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine and treatment with Atlas. Before starting Atlas, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. Clear skin. It's relief. Once monthly vaccines would have come without toxins. You can plan this with Atlas. Talk to your doctor about Atlas for eczema. Got 1,200 this year.
Eyes on your class.
Young holders turning into their parents' love. When y'all went to the trash bin,
It's insane.
dedicated RV partner.
No, we're not living out.
It's okay. You can use it. There's no one winning. Progressive Union City for becoming your parents. But we can't see.
Technically, these options count as one thing. They're literally the only one who cares.
First of this, so your feedback, we perfected every bite. So that every is made forward and never snaps. Because there's the big thing, and it's you. Pittsburgh getting 2026 NFL Draft on ESPN. It's presented leading up to this night, there's been a great deal of speculation. We have a Cowboys move up. Well, the answer turns out to be yes. They move up one spot. You see the compensation that they offer to the Miami Dolphins. They move up to this one spot. So obviously, the Cowboys identified that they could absolutely not afford to pass up on. We'll find out. What do you mean? In 2026, better.
Mm. Think all the Ohio State boys going.
The SEC freshman of the year in Alabama in 2023. Transferred when Nick Saban retired to Ohio State, where he was a unanimous All-American in both of his seasons, won the one trophy, the Jim Thorpe Award now, and a national champion. The Cowboys needed a defense and culture change, right? They need an alpha coming in there, stealing out 30 or more points in 9 football games. Jerry Jones is watching his offense stack and friends go up and down the field. Then the opposition's going to go right back and try to touchdown. Keep scoring. They're still scoring against that guy. Stop everybody. This kid has done tolerate nothing but the thing. Nothing but working. He's the smartest player they say even because they set, right? That's freshman year. First down back, freshman, the leading team in sack. It's so big. He had 16 points. Reach out with a touchdown. 3.1 plays for 3 different defensive coordinator. This kid, they got to Cal Hamilton. They especially 6'4", 220. But half of Allen football players, he was 65. They say he gets an alpha. I thought he
Look at the Cowboys West quarter. Crowded down there in Dallas. Oh, is that Dallas or is that in Pittsburgh? Oh, no. I think that's in Dallas.
Secondary, the thing like last year. Not only did they get beat physically, man, miscommunication, coverage, bucks, all that stuff. And look, no, you talked about where he comes from. Having played it out for they haven't played now at Ohio State, where he was at the Stucky and Arvell ran that show there. He's gonna run the show. If day one, the new defense coordinator, Christian Parker, would say, we moved up to the first for a reason. Bring you in here, and you're one of the people who are the 4 best people on the team. So we need you to make plays to keep people on the same page and not just tackle, just like you did at Ohio State. He was an absolute sniper at Ohio State's attacks. You rarely saw somebody boost on him once he put his hands on him, and that's what he just needs to do to turn that football over.
According to ESPN's draft predictor, there was only a 12% chance that Caleb Downs would be available at number 11, so the Cowboys may have got themselves a steal here, and Caleb Downs is standing by now.
Here, you're celebrating this, you're taking it all in. Just moments ago, you were on the phone with Jerry Jones. What did he tell you about Cowboys fans being losers?
First of all, I just want to say thank you guys to be here. Just from my Savior Jesus Christ. So it's a different conversation. I honestly couldn't hear it, but I was too excited to listen. So I'm just excited to do what I can do and be committed to the team.
We'll ask Jerry later what he said. Now, your brother Josh, the wide receiver for the Colts, your dad Gary, a running back in the NFL. How special is it for your family that you now get to carry on this legacy?
That's awesome. Honestly, God bless him, showed a lot of favor to be in this situation, and I'm so thankful to be here. And I can't even say that word about him. It's a lot of love to him.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Dallas Cowboys, the Miami Dolphins up next. Dallas recently they almost 3 seconds. Didn't go any direction, but it ends up. And you got to give your quarterback a complete goal for fighting chance. I mean, offensive linemen are there, blocker and Freeland. But the new era in Miami, new coaching staff, new leadership, new quarterback, new opportunities, and I've seen they've chosen their first pick tonight. They never talked about it. Winning 12 in the 2026 NFL, the Miami Dolphins select Gabe Crawford. Tackle. Oh, there it is. Now it gets targeted. The first thing you notice is the size.
It's a big dude, bro.
Starter at one tackle, and all the like SEC the last 2 years, consensus All-American in 2021. They look at Caden Block for the talent is upon this. He should be the player. He should have been a dominant player week in and week out when he was playing in Alabama. But in Florida State, he struggled. He had some concentration lapses, focus lapses. He allowed a sack, 240. He had some 3 birds in that game. The second half that game against the Sentinel, we had all kinds of problems. And that game, he got better as the season went on. I think he qualified something as an underachiever. All that talent, you got to dominate now. Hayden Blocker can be as good as Hayden Blocker wants to be. If he wants to be a great player in the NFL, he has that talent to be that guy. And in Alabama, there was huge connecting, missed opportunities, and back the way left. And different players beat him, fuck their issues in terms of memory. You know, he's got to figure all that out and become more consistent because the ribeye.
And some of that has to do with his weight. You got to make sure that he keeps his weight down. Because when he's in shape, he can play the left tackle spot. He can play at a high level. Alabama split him out at wide receiver. They put him running back. They put him in football. He's a guy that can be as good as he wants to be, but it's hard to find his motivation. Is he going to be?
That's insane, dude. They played him at wide receiver. That's the first time I've seen that, bro. Offense start a lot on the receiver.
Safety should have also done today. Look, hey, it's in your best interest to make sure that your weight down. You can put it down, dominate him.
Shit, Swagoo was like that too, though, bro.
That's what he wants from the league world. He wants on the line that he can just turn around and win the football ball and rely on his line with the Proctor. He can play all the man. And you're right, it is all to get up there. You're making the man on the fact that the maturity will get here and the importance of the game will be such that he will keep his weight at a reasonable level where he can dominate. Because the only reason why he doesn't make the NFL is because of himself. Yeah. Because if he's on, it's over. This dude is a problem.
You see the emotion in his face as he made his way down to meet with Rodgers and the Dolphins again. Starting almost from 2 axes. It's a good place to start. Thanks to tackle figures to have a chance to be a dominant player in front of their quarterback. Harry Bond and King Buck.
Katie, you just told me I've never cried like that. The emotion that you experienced with your family. What is this moment like for you and letting some of that emotion out?
It's just so surreal, honestly, like having my people around me, you know, they experiencing this shit for the first time. I just don't even know what to say. I'm lost for words. I just appreciate the Dolphins for giving me an opportunity to go down there and play. Man, I'm finna go play my ass, so I promise you that.
You have said that the O-linemen are the best athletes on the field. Are you going to be campaigning to be catching some passes, maybe run the ball a little bit up there?
Oh, for sure. You know, coach is giving me a chance to put that ball into that end zone. I promise you that.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Tyson is in the green room, waiting to hear his name called. We have second quarterbacks. So much for tonight. We'll find out the 3 consecutive rounds of these on the ESPN.
He's actually cortisol.
Yeah, but it's good for your liver.
Oh, yeah. Magnetic hydration.
Sleep is unbelievable. Stop this.
Even had a few screws left over.
It's important just not work compromise. That's why we follow the end shape. We are partners.
That one question. You want it down one?
your own bed.
Keep this. He's left one.
Bad right here. Lime. I mean, what did you left? Corona. Look, fly apple base. You're from Boston? Quick question. You one of these funny looking yellow guys first, isn't it? It's in Las Vegas. It's easy. Bring life like no other. You need a car like no other. One that lands you in entire comfort. I mean, that lets you savor every bite with any benefits that like 10,000 US-friendly restaurants. A car that unlocks new experiences you won't want. It's good talking. Correct. It's nothing. Official fitness partner of the NFL.
61st pick of the Super Bowl, the NFL selects ESPN. Welcome back to the 2026 NFL Draft Team, where the Los Angeles Rams are up with the 13th overall selection. The pick they acquired last year from the Atlanta Falcons. It's a bonus pick, and the Rams have viewed it that way all along after trading their pick, number 29, to Kansas City in exchange for Trevor Duffy. The Rams have done a lot of work and a lot of prospects, including Alabama quarterback Thomas Smith. They looked at wide receivers as well. The Rams most expected to go back to the offensive side of football.
All right, Jeffy, thank you. This is a team of sorts that was on the doorstep of the Super Bowl a year ago. We'll see what direction they choose to go here. The Ravens will come behind them on the 10th day, and the New York Jets will make their second selection of the night. But it's the Rams from the clock here at 13, and here comes the commissioner with the
With the 13th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Ty Simpson.
Whoa! No way, dude. You serious? What just happened, dude? Holy mother of God.
through the land. If you've not been following this process, this
Wow, I am shocked, bro. He go to a good team too.
He spent 4 years at Alabama, but started with his 15 starts in his collegiate career. Number 1 rank, touchdowns, just 5 interceptions. He's 23 years old, he'll be 24 in December. And of course, he is the son of a coach, Jason Simpson.
Yo, I'm curious to see what Arizona gonna do now that Tyler's gone, bro. With that second pick. Well, I thought that's where he was going. Damn.
Why would you do that when you're built for now and that?
I'm shocked about this. It's kind of like something Atlanta had did too, though, bro, but different.
But he had 5 straight games with a fumble loss. That he had a fumble loss in the playoffs as well, right? He wasn't 100%. He said he's still a little bigger, a little stronger. The new science said they're hoping is the Eric Eric this time. So there's a reason why I tried to think that there are people who are
Once, somebody decided to come out. It was it. It never struggled decided to come out. And that was because they saw me go, this is going to happen. The struggle is going to happen with his team. He is perfect for this. He is perfect for this. He ran very similar concepts at Alabama. He gets to stick behind Matthew Stafford. People say, well, why does he take a quarterback like this if you're looking to win now? Well, the best part is that the quarterback, but you don't need one. Something up against the wall with your fourth and fixed. He fixed perfectly. His pace, you cannot deny. You can go ahead and bang on him for the fact that, you know what? His resume is not that long, but his play this year, he showed some high-level quarterback play. Sean McVay must have saw the same thing, and now he gets to learn from one of the very best to do it. And that's that.
He's showing high-level quarterback play. The 15 starts concern me. I don't think there's a track record for guys that's started 15 games. And then on top of that, now think about this. How does this help the Rams this year? They were arguably the best team in football last year. Matthew Stafford is coming back. This does not help them win this season.
Yeah, I'm still scratching my head about this pick, bro. Like, what are they doing? All right, that's just head scratching to me.
Your dad was your coach. He's been a coach for as long as you can remember. As you think about tonight, now that you're a first-round NFL quarterback, how did he help you here?
First off, I want to give all the glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Thank I'm here on the intro stage of the draft. I wouldn't be here with me, but my dad, he helped me out on the way and everything possible. From sit-in meetings to quarterback drills, shout out Houston Martin and everything they did for me as well.
Now you're going to play in an offense, and with the Rams, it's similar to the offense that you ran in Alabama. What are you most excited about in learning from Sean McVay and quarterback Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, I mean, two of the greatest minds in, offense, especially with, Coach McVay and the quarterback offensive standpoint, and then, Matthew is one of the greatest of all time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Congratulations, Ty.
Thank you.
Nonsense in the third quarter, not saying to take it in the first half. Dan Bradford and Jared Goff. Adam Schefter, tell us about the Rams' decision here. Well, when the Rams talked about it, and they felt this is a rare opportunity for the team to go get a quarterback. They were so convinced of their decision that earlier today, they called their veteran quarterback Matthew Stafford and told him that they planned to take Ty Simpson tonight at 13. This is a pick that the Rams got from the Falcons, and think about this. When they got the Falcons chose Michael Penix, they did not give Kirk his. The Rams did that.
So I just got done saying, like, they pulling the Atlanta Falcons, bro. The same thing, but different. Except for that situation, like, he wasn't notified about it.
Transition. So many years, John Harbaugh comes there. Harbaugh already made his selection tonight with the Giants, and now they're even will make their first tonight. Remember, Chiefs, and here indeed, Procter Goodell with the announcement for Baltimore.
Damn, it's still daytime over there. Where they at?
Primarily on the left side. Clark played in the fashion for the Raiders. Like your impact is center, impact at the right tackle. Closely guard, he stepped back a little bit, regressed a little bit in year two. Dangle Lonnie, that's pure guard this trend. He's plug and play. He's not going to be a right tackle. I mean, he's a guard. He solidifies the area of perception. They will literally lack inconsistent performance. The performance of all impacted Lamar Jackson as well. 6'4", 320 pounds. Nice arm length. Didn't allow a sack or he keeps pressure.
Oh, look at this pass, bro. Dang, that was a beautiful pass. I don't know who that was at quarterback. Was that Jerome?
As well, he plays fierce. He started a ton of games. He's a veteran, but he scores. It's like
Extreme offensive mark.
Oh, that was Drew out that threw that pass. Dang, that was like that was incredible, dude.
Dyson goes off the board at lucky number 13. The Buccaneers and the Jets are up. The draft not against the Jets. Exceptional. Looking for a business and technology consulting partner.
Big celebrities don't bring the many. You can
Well, from Milky Offer.
It's that big Swiss and peppercorn. Latest in the Whopper by You series today. When sounds more urgent to you, we are stranded or held, arm wedged in boulder. It's numb. Please eat this. You're indecisive when you're hungry. Oh, no. I didn't say no.
Music is not just a sound. It moves through your body.
That's it.
Want to be a great insurance and financial services company to inspire you to so much more than one thing. And that question is what inspired me to create Motivating Network. Insurance and financial services. And the emotional thing. Nationwide. Your insurance and opportunities.
Look at those pork chops. We've been in Valley Ranch seasoning. Yes, please. Ranch seasoned savory. Then Valley Ranch. Always serious about them.
Something in the act. I couldn't have been lying about it. Jeez.
So,
When you stop in life, it's no time. Oh, no, cycling projects now means you can football something. Me stuff is probably.
Well, we can measure it.
Measure.
Lois can measure and install it for you.
He can. Passion, right, Jim? Stop trying to work through. This is Jim. One Briggs and handsome.
My value menu is just $6. You can go all out. Eggs, bacon, and fluffy pancakes are just $6 every day. And OMG, crispy BLT, and it comes with fries. Celebrate every day for just $6 with the I Have Value menu.
Judy is on a way for Woody, who likes his stick, but loves his Pro Plan. Which Judy delivers fast with the nutrition for Woody's most exceptional life. Good guess. It's Chewy with Pro Plan.
The playoffs continue Saturday at ABC. And in this round, I think possessions first.
For the third time in 4 years, we got Denver and Minnesota.
For Jokic, the chance to have advantage. For me, the opportunity to upset. Emotions are hot. The stakes hot. Get cool. It's Timothy. Saturday, ABC, ESPN now.
We're going to see that coverage on the NFL draft. It's not quite here, was it? It's on 4. But we have made 14 picks in this draft. Listen to the best available for you. Going by Marion. Now, Terrell Mackay, Lemon, the third receiver on the board for me. 11. Really, we're going about secrets out to that tackle. Up to the Beachwood Lions. We're at 7.
They're still on the board.
Lions need to get
Oh yeah, Banger. I was just talking about him earlier too. Dylan Thunderman. Shit, Banger still on the board. We might be in play for him, bro.
Team that needs an address. You've been going up for a while. You're in Tampa. Pressure on Bob Bowles. You've got defense figured out. We'll see if that's the direction. And he closes to approach the midway point.
Number 15. With the 15 in the 2026 NFL draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Ruben Bain Jr.
Oh, dang. Dang, our NFC South rival just got him.
Country got to see them win dominated games. He led the Hurricanes home to win the national championship game, 5 sacks in 4 playoff games. You're watching Miami and stay home. A consensus all American heavyweight of the ACC's defensive player of the year last year. It's on that 30th three-quarter award. That's the fight. That's like he's had to prove and beat the odds. You can get it done in the NFL. Did it in college. By Jason Taylor. Every technique that you need, he's got a variety of moves that they have for the quarterback. He takes great angles to get after the quarterback. It's about 40 because there was speculation. Maybe that 4-8 range. So it's from back up grade 40 time to speed off the end, the short arm, to prevent moving banks and scooting power against the AOPs. Another occupation guys. Can he take that into the NFL? It's quite out here. They say the short arm like you prefer and the lack of and that speed off the end.
Yeah, look, there were some who thought that this might happen. Right, we talked about it that where we might stay fly here because of some of the things we did talk about. Maybe they started getting uncomfortable with, hey, look, even though my eyes don't deceive me, I see what he's showing me on his head. Some people just couldn't get past the fact that are those strong going to come into play? Is that lack of running a 45 and the projected 45 look like, is that going to come into play? Todd Bowles said, hey, look, looks like Brady last year, and I still put this in stack of pressure production I needed. That got put it up. He's like a great Jason Taylor. 56 years. I think it's from that tremendous values. The Tampa Bay on the stack. You know what's amazing is we always talk about turn the tape on. The film. But when you watch the film, he was the most dominant defensive lineman in college football last year. I don't care how long his arms are. Can he do the things that a defensive lineman can do? Can he get off the ball? Can he come out of his stance and threaten the offensive tackle? He can do this. Once he does that, can he turn the corner? Can he dip his shoulder? Is his ankles flexible enough to get to the quarterback? He can do that. Doesn't matter if it's long or short. Can he set the edge? 30-inch arms, off tackle on the arm, I can set it. I can hold the runs. And then here's what I'm good about it. He's a power-based player and understands how to set his heel. It's somebody who's works in traffic like myself. I almost took down some stuff. 15, they should be drafted 16. I want to see what he does for Tampa. The same team that picked me when I think he played in the NFL. And I can't wait to watch him. My boy, take this down and get the Lord. What person was standing by with me?
You said you can play anywhere on the line. How will your versatility elevate this Bucs defense?
The longevity is where I can do. That's how I think about myself. You know, this is a thing. I'm sure.
Every step of the way, you've proven doubters wrong. What gives you the confidence that you can continue to do that at the NFL level?
I'm telling you, I can do everything I put my mind to. My mindset. And then I'm like at this next level. It's only part.
We believe in you. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's a serious man. The great left line of the front so far. Here, wide, back. Area where the players take the photos. He didn't have any time for that. Absolutely emotional. He got down and said he can't play. He got short on. He got trying to take when he was in the start of the competition. We got the chance to do a couple of Miami games this year with our college football school. I got a chance to talk to this young man. He is deadly serious about his craft. He did all the time. Jason Taylor raved about his work. He's the technician, the student of the things. He took me out of something. We are just on the clock. I have 15 seconds. What do you expect to go to instinct? I would say weapons. Just get the quarterback. It's like the champ was like high level or Penn City. And didn't think a lot better to you early in the defense. Early in this night, so I think David Taylor to help let the passes. The need of wide receiver and on the outside. Okay, it's no simple here. Amir Chet's second pick of the night at number 16. With the 16th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Kenyon Sadiq.
Oh man, dude. Wow. Another good pick going off the board.
The best fighter in the nation in last year. Kenyon Sadiq proved it right. He was the Big Ten fighter for the year. He had 51 catches and 8 touchdowns. He led a ridiculous 39 at the combine, and that pretty much cemented his year against the Islanders. He's a real talent. He's young. He's developing. He's got to get a little better as a blocker. He can eliminate some of the drop, and he will work on that. But he's a chest piece, really. You can move him around. He's more than tight end. He's an athlete a lot everywhere.
As soon as I watched him play, now you know I thought of today. A tight end that side with that kind of speed, he's not going to be attached to the formation. You're going to split him out. He's too big for safety.
Look at the yard separation.
The other guy that's line up the compass, the weapon, he's going to be a matchup nightmare. And not only that, the ability to create explosive plays down the field, I think is what he's going to provide.
If you didn't know what his position was, he turned on work his pace. We got to get something up in his playoffs. You would know that's just a big, fat wide receiver. And then you go, oh, he flipped it at the tight end. That's exactly how they're looking at it. That's exactly how Frank Clark is looking at this guy going, look, man, he don't need to be attached to the floor. We're going to move him all over the place.
Well, that is or makes me identify. And it gets on players.
You love him out there in UT because they say he's a great teammate and he will do the true work for himself. He will not. Got the mentality.
They love the records of Alfaro and the celebration is on. The new Jets and they took time. They go defense, David Finley at number 2. They go offense with Kenyon Sadiq at number 16. On the clock. The Vikings will come behind them. They're Shanley of the Jets. Sadiq went after him. The NFL draft continues to just comment on ESPN.
All right, let's do more to us out on the picks.
Draft. Presented by Bud Light.
There is Brandon. LLC.
You need to see.
Yeah, she's spelled the twins' names.
Yeah, like stadiums, it's actually expensive these days.
It's not or we can look at some investment options.
Horse track, like money in this artisan shoes.
Let's check. And they'll never forget that nature truly feels like that a local art is soulmates for the nature. I love a good punch. And that durian is everything you say in it. Everywhere you go, Harry Bogler shapes you, making music for me a souvenir of all. Explore our entire world of hotel rooms and experiences.
This is Fresh Mac. This is Mag. And to make fresh, healthy food for Mag, you start here.
First, like mine.
It's like the same, and that's what
Sugar fresh.
and crafted in the recipe that develops and protein pack. Anything people tell you,
Keep it on for the next pages.
you build your home. Because your dog deserves fresh food, just like fresh food, fresh from the fridge. The #1 rated Cronus outdoor power. Experience one of the most powerful book. It's the power of gas. The industry's most powerful pressure washer. Its spring trimmer is so super, it puts the line with a push of a button. Find it immediately if they're near you.
I'm real competitive, brother.
It's like, man, I'm like, you're just like I still Kelly Clark high school.
And that is the next step of school.
Game over.
Like home insurance companies, well, you can pay for all this yourself. You better protect the neck out.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, bro. Think of that. Switch to Allstate and you could save hundreds. You wait and see. Make your move. Or I do. I'm so fired up. It's a Stanley Cup playoffs. It's the same class out there. That's why it's not touched it. It's actually how you guys do so much distinct. Guys, it's a fun. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Stanley Cup playoffs continues. The ESPN.
Timeout for his last moment, brought to you by Ego, which timeout for his last moment, brought to you by Ego, which been fast moving for his round and open as expected, but should be the number one facing Raiders. The Cowboys moved them down to number 11, and then the big surprise, the Rams selecting Ty Simpson at number 13. The Detroit Lions are now at 17. The commissioner with a special guest to announce their selection.
The NFL is proud to be part of the global community of wishmakers taking action to support Make-A-Wish during World Wish Month. Tonight, you will have the opportunity to help grant an unforgettable wish. I'm joined here by Easton, a 14-year-old Lions fan whose wish is to announce the first-round draft pick for his favorite team. Join me in cheering on Easton as he makes his wish come true. Take it away, Easton.
With the 17th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Blake Miller, tackle, Clemson.
Clemson's Iron Man. He won the starting job at right tackle to begin his big freshman year, and he never gave it up. 4-year starter, 54 games, start them all. Clemson says he has his career record from stats from scrimmage. He never gave off the field. He was a consistent player. So he had some underachiever. He won week in and week out. He was out there, adorable, reliable, and he's still full of attack. There's a right tackle, maybe Milo drilling steps in here, but now, Blake Miller is a right tackle. He's sort of that central casting room. Now 6'6", and more than 6'6", 317 with ball on, but 5'4", 32 vertical, 32 reps. He mentioned him 3,778 stats and 54 stars. That is the kid does play a little high. He looks the part, so I right tackle.
This is super competitive, right? If you watch the tape, this guy's a mauler in the run game. When the hands are tight, the timing is right, then his pass pro. He can anchor, he can punch, he can slow it in. But they struggle as far as their pass block win rate. Their effectiveness last year. Derek Ball's effectiveness dropped off the flip when he was pressured. The statistics bear it out. They needed to address the offensive line. This is the foundational building block draft pick.
We'll stay in the NFC North. Here's the Lions take Blake Miller, and now the Minnesota Vikings will select next to number 18. That pick is in. A reminder, the Chiefs going a little more quickly here, rather than 10 minutes between selections, as they were been for the last several years. There's only 8 minutes here, and most teams have not used quality. So here comes the Minnesota 18, and the commissioner Roger Goodell.
With the 18th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Caleb Banks, defensive end, Florida.
Wow.
Spent 3 years at Florida. Eliminated just 3 games last year. He goes from and he had 4 the year before the athleticism of basketball started, which he was in high school.
Well, when you think about this, when they made him, they make these guys that look like this 6'6", 327 pounds, 35-inch arms, in his hand. He only played 3 games this past season. If you want to know what he was, go back to the 24 season and watch the game against LSU. Simply lined up and dominated.
All right, we're on the board. Let's see what Carolina got.
You know, I think you got Chris Jones like potential inside.
As a one defender, he can be dominant. He went down to the Senior Bowl and he showed up and he showed out. Now, the problem is going to be from a medical standpoint. If you're Minnesota, they had to check the foot out because a big man with injury usually doesn't get out of it. But when he's healthy, he's one of the best defensive linemen to see. That's the thing, right? I mean, when you see him in person, I got to stand next to him down on the practice field in the middle. He's I'm tall, hit the turf. He is massive. Massive. And you're right, they'll watch 2024 in order to get a good feel for it.
The Carolina Panthers are on the clock, and then the Cowboys will make their second pick of the night, followed by the Town Steelers as the draft continues in a moment on ESPN.
It's George Survivor Sunday with Bones. To-do list. Introducing Pair Plus subscription for $99. There's been more than what. Thinking of until then, unexpected. It's like finding out eBay is running shouldn't be less than that.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the protection of this guard. Get that guard.
Where did you get this guy?
Kevin Bumper, Frank Well, okay. Guys, actually, the Steelers. I'll get ready to stop. Think I shot to make the team?
No. There's State Farm.
Like a good day. State Farm. This is Robert. You've got to shake it to wake it.
Dang, the Nets lost again, dude. That ain't good.
Smart license, and the Galaxy plays back. Set sold separately.
Hey, Mercedes, I might play this.
Hi, Mom. Hey, Mercedes. Josh.
The results from Columbia GLE. That was very strong, boss. Welcome to your happiness. Mercedes Benz dealer for special offers on the GLE. Cream soda.
Did she say?
She said Dr. Pepper Cherry is the bestest, boldest Dr. Pepper.
Just a doggone minute.
Winner flavor than Dr. Pepper and green soda.
Thank you.
Oh wow, AT&T just credited my bill. I guess the service is out. I didn't even notice. It really is America's best guarantee.
Turns out doing the right thing without someone having to ask is always appreciated. Remember when I told you, Blake, you are enough? And you said, thanks, Dad. And we had that amazing handshake.
I don't remember that.
Kane's about to play tonight. They played yesterday.
Wait, are you a magician?
I don't know. Learn to check your pocket. The connection matters. It has to be AT&T.
Well, Larry, I was just looking for the phone.
The company with America's best guarantee.
The Carolina Panthers pick is in. The commissioner will be going to announce it any moment. And I can also tell you, the 6 in football makes strange bedfellows. The Eagles and Cowboys made it trade. The two arch rivals really moving up a few spots, so they will select next, having made that trade to the Cowboys to number 20. But first, the Panthers at 19. And the commissioner.
The 2026 NFL draft. The Carolina Panthers select Monroe Freeman.
Okay, that's not a bad pick, bro. I'll take that.
6'7", 350.
That's a big freaking dude, bro.
What kind of they came last year?
Mm.
second team all SEC.
Adams, the 13th best player in this draft. Carolina gets him at 19 at the injury left tackle. We talked about a guy like this stepping in for a right shoulder quarterback. Size is an issue with White. He's at 3 pocket. We're talking about Michael Freeling, 6'7.5", 315 pounds, talking about 34.5 arm. You have that vertical jump of 33.5 to 4'9", 340 with huge hands. Only 17 starts, but in pass pro this year, did a great job. Run block needs to be improved. Blake Miller at 54 spots. This kid only had 17, so he's going to work in progress. I thought they actually going to do this. I think at this point for Carolina, the one that Blake up is at his best. When he gets that quick pocket, they can see that big blow. This makes sense for the Carolina fan position. Best football is dead. And the way he improved his pass pro with only limited time, basically only a 1-year starter, speaks volumes what kind of player he can be.
Yeah, so I get them to be close for that pick right here, bro. Good selection.
That's 1 minute left tackle for the game one.
And so as I mentioned, the Eagles have traded up with the Cowboys into this spot. So they'll be making the next selection here. These two teams traded back in 2021. The Eagles moved up for Devontae Smith. The Cowboys moved back and took Micah Parsons. That call from both teams. We'll see how this one works out. The Eagles pick at number 20.
With the 20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Makai Lemon, wide receiver, USC.
So take a wide receiver. As you can find in football season news, you all learn that it's significant in a variety of ways. And the possibility they'll be trading their star, A.J. Brown. Let's talk about it. He won the Biletnikoff Award last year as the top receiver in the nation. Over 1,100 yards receiving and 11 touchdowns. You have been raving about him since September.
Howie Roseman does a great job, the Hall of Fame GM, right? Makai Lemon plays fierce. I say that because with the ball, he attacks the ball. Anyway, you give him one drop. He doesn't drop the football off. Here with the catch, try to tackle a little. You know what I'm talking with? Your former defensive back. This hit the ground. He plays spear. He attacks the ball. He runs so well after the catch. And he was also an outstanding punt return. That was close 12 yards for a punt return against Iowa. So you was no part of this defense. They don't really have to stop, right? They couldn't stop Makai Lemon. Against Iowa, he had 10 catches for 150 yards. That touchdown in that game. Strap running, hands, versatility. Look at that football line, too. Yards after 10. Looking back there. Return skills and added bonus. He was one of my favorite players of the draft. You were talking about him in the first draft, 5 years training. I still drop this. He's not the LG player. He doesn't look in front of him. He's one. I'll tell you what, with Devontae and company, Chicken Hurts so love this kid.
You know, you talk to some receiver coaches, the confidence they gave him, he plays bigger than he is. And the toughness that you have. And when you're Philadelphia with all the A.J. Brown conversation looming, this is another weapon for Jalen Hurts. You know, big time kid with all the noise coming out of Philadelphia. Interesting how he rolls with all that noise goes against Jalen Hurts. Another weapon with the A.J. Brown situation looming.
Yeah, look, if you just turn on that line of the game that Mel's referencing, you'll sit there and go, this guy's the number one already. He made some plays in that game, especially from the catch situation in the middle of the field. It's just sitting there and going, what a second now. This guy's only 5'11", 194, 195. And he runs 4.53. So how is he doing this? He has got the heart of a lion. And he's going to really, really make himself a very popular player in Philadelphia just because of the way he plays the game.
This is a steal. According to all the predictors, there was only a 4% chance that Makai Lemon would be available at number 20 tonight. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
This 11th highest rated player on my board. Watch him here. Sell around. The first, the opponent to make every catch. But off target, he's catched the football with his hands, but he has not catch done. He knows how to, he's a natural pass catcher. Look at the catch here. This is phenomenal stuff. Not that this is a consistent basis, week in and week out. It's a flash here, flash there. He did it every week. He's got the added bonus of those return skills. I tell you what, you get the ball in his hand, you can see it here. He's going to make tackles. You better bring it as a defensive back when you're trying to tackle this kid, bro.
Yeah, one of the things I love the most about this football IQ, against zone coverage, you better not use him. And he'll just shoot him. He'll be a first down producing machine.
All right, Mario Bonvoy takes us down to the stage. Laura Rutledge just standing by with Makai Lemon. Laura.
Makai, from the first time you ever put on pads and a helmet to this moment right here, being a first-round pick in the NFL draft, what has defined your journey?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just so blessed right now. And I just praise the Lord for every moment, really. It's a dream come true. I can't even believe it right now.
When you look out at those Philly fans and you think about the fan base that's about to embrace you with open arms, what will they love most about you?
They getting it going. It's ready to work, for real. I ain't getting no plan.
Thank you, Makai. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank you as the NFL moves this draft from city to city.
Pittsburgh up now.
That's 1 minute stop. The Steelers at 21.
Sticks.
Steelers. Every level. Joining me on for 6 Jerome Bettis Leadership Award recipients, featuring both high school tackle players and flag football athletes. The Jerome Bettis Leadership Award recognizes high school football players who demonstrate leadership, character, and service in the on and off the field. Congratulations to each of you. We wish all of you the best as you continue your football journeys. The last time I introduced the Steelers first round pick, I was fortunate to introduce TJ Watt. And with the 21st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, Pittsburgh Steelers select Max Ihanuchar, Arizona State.
Good picker.
What an extraordinary scene here in Pittsburgh. An extraordinary story is Max Ihanuchar. His family came to the U.S. from Nigeria when he was 13. The first time he ever played organized football in his life was in junior college at East Los Angeles College. He spent 2 years there, then up to Arizona State, where he started 31 games over 3 years, and now here he is now, a first-round pick in the NFL. They're actually not a football team. They like to talk about it. You think about where he came from, where he is now. Amazing. 6'6", 321 pounds, 34 arms, ran 4.91, 30 vertical, 25 reps. Unbelievable numbers across the board. The improvement that he showed this past year was outstanding. Started all 14 days, made huge progress from 2024 and 2023. They didn't have a sprint yet. Late from surgery, going in, old injury, bigger, stronger. To come back, a guy who's ascending, work in progress. He has ways to catch to improve, but it's a secret of practice. He was a standout performer against others. Head toucher, that breaks down there, but he's his head toucher. He got the best of it. Probably stock was solidified in high jump, despite the lack of a lot of experience as a first-round wrestler.
Now, he was fantastic in Mobile. When you sit there, that's my first exposure to him. I hadn't seen him during the season. I was going, who's this guy? I mean, he was unbelievable. Carrollton, Texas Tech State this year. Watch him block on the line, David Bailey. He feels them now, and he advanced him. That's the next phase. I'm on the phone with our own Matt Berry, who's an AS alum, and head coach Ken Dillingham. The next phase for Max to say, hey, look, I'm one of the baddest dudes out here. And to go ahead and have that mindset, and to be as proactive with it, and using all those physical skills we talked about, he had dominant touchdown tackle ability. Dominant. And when you think about the Steelers, he could be a possibility of left tackle, probably don't. Their left tackle got a neck issue, has to have neck surgery. So think about this team as they wait on Aaron Rodgers to come back. If he can come back or not, they have to have a left tackle. And with the Marcus Jones situation, this gives them, even though he's young in a project, this gives them a little bit of insurance at the left tackle spot.
They've done very well at number 21 in the past. William Swan was the 21st pick at the 1974 draft for the Steelers. That worked out fairly well for Alex Maxey Monachor, who goes 21. So we catch our breath. The Los Angeles Chargers selection is in. Interesting decision to be made there. And then the Cowboys. So to talk about the Chargers here. What are we picking amongst the players who are available? Lately, the offensive guards, like they don't think, oh, he's gone. You look at Ed Rush, he's gone. You got a team that's the guard. You got Zion Young, got the edge rush, still there. Safety Dylan Freeman and Emmanuel McNeil-Ward still on the board as well for the LA Chargers of this one. And we'll see what the Chargers decide to do. And again, Cowboys are behind them, having moved back in that trade with the Eagles just a few moments ago. It'll be the Chargers, then the Cowboys, and then the Browns will make their second pick of the night. That's the one they got in the trade for Jacksonville. That's the Chargers pick is in, and the commissioner is ready to pick out.
With the 22nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select King Benador, linebacker, Miami.
Oh, yeah, they got to go.
Against Fernando Mendoza and Indiana. And he's a prospect battle. That's part of the conversation. He's 25 years old earlier this month. He hit 25 years of age. Canadian kid, come to Miami. Newberg was able to do opposite. He's been faking. There was always that debate. Who's the better player? Who's more responsible for some of the disruption that took place? They did a great job. Metrodor did as well. You can take him inside through. I mean, you can get on that center guard and they press his belt. Get after the quarterbacks. He hustles. He can see the edge against the run. As you run it pretty effectively. Good all-around player.
Yeah, he was a former defensive tackle. Probably moved up to the edge. The three teams they use out there in LA. You can put him inside in their four down stuff on their, in some of their stuff runs and their 3-4. They have bigger outside down than anything. We can do below the Camille Mack. These are all guys kind of built like Vince is. And he's been talked by the best. Him and Ruben Benny, they were the outfits in that entire locker room.
Yeah, the Hurricanes won tonight. Let's go. I think they about to sweep their series too.
In the last hour or so, with all of the magic has been here in Pittsburgh. They get their man, the Steelers fans, get to sing their hearts out and cheer for their teams, waving their terrible titles with the draft here in Pittsburgh. The Cowboys are on the clock and will have their second first-round selection. Coming up next, you're watching the draft on ESPN.
This is the 2026 NFL Draft, presented by Bud Light.
I'm so much more than a great insurance company. You're the largest financial services company. It's much more than say
I'm also a steak on market.
oh man,
Stress
I'll never remember all this.
last week. These get intense. We get instant. Surprise.
Your insurance financial needs nationwide is all yours.
Live in, clock in. Corona, fly out awaits.
Now at McDonald's, people are getting more what they love from the IoT government. Under $3. Get more. Oh, what you be getting next? From day one, I gained the skills until they became the chosen. Never got to see all they could do. Things would look a lot different. That's why the LeBron James Family Foundation is partnering with Indeed, because everyone's skills deserve a chance to be seen.
No one goes to Hanks for his spreadsheet. He doesn't sell them. Does some darn good slice. When business, what Hank decided to bring back the $1. So he just asked Copilot and Excel to help make it work. But Hank says, you gotta try this place kind of thing. Makes the pizza. How you doing, Copilot? Answers the enjoy.
One of the foods using these ingredients, things like kelp. Shopify provided us this platform to sell our products to anyone around the world. We're Barnacle Foods, and we're powered by Shopify.
Forget the warm-up. DirecTV.com. They're on fire with more MLB games than ever. Welcome to Big League.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a boat about to fly out that's hit.
In the office. On the here. NFL app. Go over all things NFL. Get some tickets to NFL Plus for more access to the picks, the plays, the plays. Get announced with 40% off NFL Plus.
Pittsburgh, it's time to look at Bell's best available, brought to you by Yard by Marion. Who's still left? They got a versatile safety and Dylan Thieneman take out of Oregon Cooperative Purdue. Denzel Moss, that big wide out. That's already thrown his way. Zion Young, the defense center, plays hard coming off the edge. Really strong against run and gave from the pass rush as well. Taylor Longer, left back like a little bigger, longer, but certainly in with his feet, his talent and pass throw is a late first round pick to a spot. Belcher Clark, he's the only thing fair. Well, he looks the part, but the production this year didn't match the talent. We thought he would take this game to an elite level. He did, but on talent, so a young kid developing, but he did not build on 2024. He had a down year from the production standpoint. He's one of the best rushers to bring it in the mix at this point. All right, the Cowboys selection is in. They became a downs earlier tonight. Here comes the second pick of this round number one.
With the 23rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Malachi Lawrence, defensive end, center.
There we go. They took Caleb Downs and that Malachi Lawrence, the other from Louisville, had 19.5 sacks over the last 3 seasons. One of just 7 players in the country He led at least 5 sacks each of the last 3 years. But great consistency as a senior. He was first team All Big 12.
And you talk about Kyle Lawrence, you're talking about a guy 6'4", 250, and shoots. He ran 4.5 and 40 with the 10-yard and for one side. That means the get off. The ability to get out of the stand and have him juice off the edge. Left tackle, awesome. 7 sack. His best football is in front of him. He got the ability to have length, the long arm, the speed, the power. His best rush move in front of him. I just like how much juice he has. And the trick down, you get Caleb down and see now Cal Lawrence. I like that combination.
Yeah, that first push against Baylor, he absolutely just whipped that tackle from Baylor all day long, looking the ball up the quarterback. I really thought his hand use was kind of like advanced, Booger. I mean, he had hand slaps, swats. I mean, he was all over the place, and he plays hard. That's the thing I liked about him. Nice pickup for Dallas. He's a nice player.
And they traded back to take him. So those are the 2 newest Dallas Cowboys. The Cleveland Browns are on the board. Here's Malachi Lawrence. He's headed to big D. The Browns are on the clock. And we're back in a moment in Pittsburgh. NFL Track is brought to you by Matthew Bonboy, where game day checks in.
What did you bring back from your last trip? A dumpling you'll never forget. What nature truly feels like. A bit of local art. A soulmate for the week. But love a good contract. And living. And the durian is everything they say it is. Everywhere you go with Mary Poppins my sheep store, making you the greatest souvenir of all. Explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences.
100 years ago, no one insured cars for military members. So they did it themselves. A group of 25 soldiers backed each other. A century later, they're still serving the military and their families. Not just because it's the right thing to do, it's in our DNA. Those values our founders shared. Honor, service, loyalty, integrity. Those are the things that we live by. Why our members know we'll be there. Let's say that. Taking care of our own. Like football, championship is a game of inches. Small gains, daily work, and we put up all those inches. That's the difference between winning and losing. We got it.
Good time, best time, all the time. Come see the Royal Caribbean.
Did you take?
That's good. Why not take all? I'm no good now. It's my fault. So why?
You said the Whopper is the best burger in America. When made right. So with your feedback, you've perfected every bite. So that every Whopper is made your way and never smashed. Because there's a big thing, and it's you. Bo's Nose tackling projects now means you can football Sunday.
We need a new fridge.
This one has craft ice on demand.
More ice than me.
All kinds of ice, actually.
Then I need a bigger bucket.
Like this one?
Do you always have 2 bucket chains?
I do.
We're back in Pittsburgh, and these beautiful aerial pictures we bring you tonight are courtesy of Goodyear. Tried, tested, proven, legendary. Pittsburgh has turned down the cheapest way. This draft, the Cleveland Browns, meanwhile, made a selection earlier tonight. Xavier Proctor, the big offensive tackle. And they will now make the 24th pick in this draft, which will complete their end of the trade they made with Jacksonville last year. That said, Travis Hunter is there. You saw the other names that came to Cleveland in exchange for last year's second overall pick. And now, we're going to Commissioner Reed. And you got to get a wide receiver bringing it over. I got to wide receiver for Chico Sanders. Thank you, wide receiver. Thank you,
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Casey Concepcion, wide receiver.
Yep, there he is.
The Browns receivers have the fewest receptions, the fewest receiving yards, and the fewest touchdown passes in the NFL this year. So now they get the tackle and they get the wide receiver in round one tonight. And Jordan difficult is actor forwards on the football. The case
That brought down on Charlotte.
catching the football in 7 blocks. This man here, what I like about him, what he had to drop is his bottom. He didn't hold up the rest of the game. He was a great punt returner as well. But after the ball was in his hands, after the catch, that gap is impressive. Everything was on his back for everything. It was Kevin Concepcion with his state as a true fracture. He caught my eye there. Casey Concepcion, you're still the same thing that he had. But he's got to eliminate some of those drops.
You know what my comfort was they found Todd Monken. You'll see Baltimore when you have there. So you can tell he understood what he wanted. He wanted juice to run after the catch, the ability to get explosive plays. That determined ball in the National Football League. I understand the drop. Oh, it's amazing. He didn't have any drops in the punt return.
Wow.
The ball, but in the punt return game,
That man is phenomenal, bro.
you can tell Todd Monken, the head coach, identified what he wanted. He wanted juice like that. That's the comp, and he went and got it.
Yeah, 7.36 yards gap per reception this year. So many different options as far as how to get the football, whether it be in the screen game, quick slant games. He's willing to go ball down the field as well. I mean, he gets the ball. He's got a nice package still, no question about it.
Interestingly, he won the Paul Horning Award, which emphasizes players who play multiple positions. Last year, Travis Hunter had won it the previous 2 years. Now, he comes to Cleveland and the Travis Hunter trades. So we move on from here. The Bears will pick at number 25 and we'll continue in 30 seconds after a word from Roundup to action.
Does anything keep them from coming back?
Roundup to action.
That thing prevents weeds from to floss.
Certain night relax.
That's the point.
Is this the fruitful for months?
Can I go to the store now?
There you go. Kill and prevent weeds for up to 4 months. Roundup to action. Roundup. This stuff works. All right, the Chicago Bears are on the clock at number 25. They'll be followed by the Bills and the 49ers. Playoff teams from a year ago getting set to make their first round selection. But we continue from Pittsburgh right after this.
If you're waiting for traditional liver transplant, you made decisions like these. Nearly a quarter of patients waiting can survive. Living donor transplant offers another way forward. UPMC performed more living donor liver transplants than any other program in the country. That experience means more than 15 outcomes. In communities, the farthest need. UPMC, life in medicine.
Can AI really change the way your business operates? If you stick to one AI vendor and rebuild everything to fit their system, that's bad. If you find new things from them, newer things, you get this.
What? No, we have IBM. Our AI can mix the system we already have. We're not locked into anyone.
It's in the end.
You don't have to try to plan your thing.
Let's create a smart business. IBM.
Handshake?
Just thought it could be cool.
Years now. With hotels and vacation rentals, Booking.com has something for everyone.
You got it, man. Boutique?
Hey, baby, right this way.
about something more family friendly? Maybe a resort with a water park?
We're somewhere less family friendly.
Yep, one Vicky's Hotel for bride to be. Yeah, for kids. Find exactly what you're looking for. Booking.com.
There you go. Good, bro. Send it.
I'm here.
Full, now in colorful ceramic.
Horizon Small Business Days are coming. Our business experts are bringing support, special offers, and everything your small business needs. You're meeting with an expert today.
Extension bundle home and auto, 24/7 protection, you can all the area purposes.
That's right. At Progressive, it's our job to do the wording for you.
This candle, for example, awfully close to the curtains. And when was this porch built? Did they have building codes back then?
I heard bad lies too, right?
Did people know when you're texting with the toilet?
How many spiders do you really eat in your sleep?
Yes, when you bundle home and auto, you can be free of all these worries and more. Because we're already worrying for you. Oh, and the answer is eat spiders.
It's NFL Draft. He's coaching Ronald American Express, the official payments partner of the NFL. Now bringing card members closer to the action with world-class experiences and access. It's membership at its best.
Beautiful night is Pittsburgh. Temperatures have been warm at 80 degrees today. Hundreds of thousands of fans here in Western Pennsylvania celebrating the NFL draft. And the Chicago Bears are up next at number 25. The commissioner is ready for next. 25th pick, the 2026 NFL draft. The Chicago Bears select Dylan Thieneman, defensive back, Oregon.
He was 1 year with the Dots, 2 years with Purdue, Big Ten's freshman of the year, 80s best picks, and a sack last year. And it runs the family. His two older brothers also played safety at Purdue.
They did a great job at 6 interceptions that freshman year at Purdue. There's where they are with their safeties. They want safeties that can pump. That's three of this guy who played center field and playing the box. We've got range. He's 6 foot 200 pounds, ran 4.35 out of 41 vertical. This guy made a lot of tricks throughout his career. Did a good job in order to reach the quarterback's eyes very effectively. Was not a huge presence in run support for what they're looking for. Remember, Brian Branch, he had in Detroit. Brian Branch, the guy can move around. Philip Pittman at first, he's simply new. Then comes into play here. A safety that with some cover skills is what they needed. That's what they got him going in there. Yeah, he's a guy that used a lot of different ways out there at Oregon. They used to run those great safety looks and play him in that rover spot. Again, another guy I got a chance to talk to this past fall. He said he left Purdue and went to Oregon because he felt as though he needed to level up this game, wanted to get more exposure, wanted to get real top-level against top-level competition. And he did that this year. He was a solid player, went crazy at the combine. His testing numbers were off the charts. But you're right. Dennis Allen will go ahead and I'll tell you, he'll do some very different ways, just like he was used in Oregon. And one thing he is, he's a guy who can play in space, that can fast, athletic, can make plays on the ball. He's going to be expected to do that, to make plays on the football.
The first time the Bears had selected a defensive player in the first round since Roquan Smith in 2018. No team in the league had gone this long without taking a defender in round one. But now the Bears get their man and Dylan Thieneman. That defense really struggled last year. They were opportunistic now, taking the ball away. But really not a solid defense. Thieneman should be able to help.
He will. I'll tell you what, talk about opportunistic. He was throughout his career. This past year at 96 tackles. That was
Shepard was a freshman, 18 years old at Purdue. This kid is a guy who will get. He had 44 solos, 3.5 tackles, lost, and 2 interceptions, 5 pass breakups.
Ooh.
Support, let's tackle every now and then, but I love the way he reads the quarterback side. Love that guy was a reliable overall tackle. But it's his range in coverage. I mean, ability that he can read that quarterback side and then go attack the ball, come away with the interception. So he had 6 early on just for Chicago. Scheme depth, talent level, physical skills of Dylan Bean is what they wanted. When it goes to guys who aren't good in coverage, this kid can play a variety of roles. He can play that single high, he can with I hate, but he can certainly cover. He can play in the 4.35 solidified him as a first round pick.
All right, we're here standing by now with Laura. Marion Bonvoy takes us down to the stage. Laura Rutledge is with Dylan Peterman.
Dylan, you're a Chicago Bear. What stands out most to you about your journey to becoming a first-round draft pick?
Never knew what kind of path I was going to take. I mean, started at Purdue, ended at Oregon, but just extremely thankful to everyone that's been with me throughout the way and the journey I've gone on.
You grew up idolizing his safety and studying him a ton, but people here know well in Troy Polamalu. What traits do you bring to the table that can make you the next best one for the Bears?
I think I'm very versatile. I'm able to use my speed and play recognition to play fast and play aggressive.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Dylan Peterman. Yeah, what he said was the fact that he's versatile, and that's what I really liked about him there. Again, I keep mentioning the fact that he likes to play him. And when they save his team, when they have a guy who's involved and it's about 10, 11 yards, he said he loved that because it gives him a lot of freedom to just speed. I think that's what Dennis Elliott wanted to do. Close enough to where he can be a factor against the run, has some free reign against the pass, and just uses instincts and athletic ability.
All right, Houston has made a trade here. They've moved up a couple of spots with Buffalo. The Texans coming up from 28 to 26, and their pick is in. So the commissioner is making his way to the stage to announce Houston's selection. They won a playoff game last year here in Pittsburgh, of course, on Monday night, and then had a very rough outing in New England the following weekend. Here's the commissioner. The Texans pick as they move up here to number 20.
With the 26 picks in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Dylan Rutledge, guard, Georgia Tech.
A transfer from Middle Tennessee State. He's the first Georgia Tech player to be named first team All-American blue in consecutive years since Calvin Johnson.
But this is the guy who head coach Brent Key says is the best offensive lineman that he's ever coached. Or he has the potential to be the best offensive lineman he's ever coached. Which in essence, he would say he is the best. This guy is nasty. Absolutely nasty. He is a growth grader in the run game. And once he gets his feet, his hands, and everything timed up to pass game, he won't be able to be beaten that way either because he is an absolute tank when it comes to setting his feet and being able to anchor against power. This football team down at Georgia Tech was all about grit. Because grit, and that's how French Key coaches as a former offensive line coach. And this guy was the alpha of that group. That is a nice pickup. He has been right. People really like what this kid brings to the table. And he's going to be a tone setter for the Texans.
So the Texans moved up a few spots to get their man. The 49ers are on the clock. The Bills will follow them. And then Kansas City making its second pick of the night. As the draft continues from Pittsburgh in just a moment.
You're watching the 2026 NFL Draft. Presented by Bud Light.
In life and business. Something. And at Accenture, we say, whatever goal you're in, let's get there.
Shopping carts match my headlight. They weren't even have to match 3 pages, just one plan.
And life would revolve around the shopping cart.
happened, Geico got it fixed fast.
Zip time. It feels good.
Wow, it's probably Zion still on the board.
More peas. The Applebee's Hawaiian cheeseburger is back. Now, cheese. A juicy bacon cheeseburger served on a sizzling skillet of cheese. Too much cheese. The cheeseburger for $11.99.
Chewy pharmacy orders on the way for Homer, the homebody who only goes outside when nature calls. So Mom uses Chewy to get his clean Tick Meds at a great price, delivered fast, right to their door. For quality meds, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
Value is always $7. His favorites for $5. The indulgences for $7. The lab spread for $9. With triple double crank. John Bonnefeld's 570 $9 lunchbox. Access.
Fire mix. Our special. Our special.
This wonderful
Back to the 2026 NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the Houston Texans general manager Nick Caserio already is back. Last year, he made 7 trades during the draft. He's now made 25 trades in the last 5 drafts. And in this draft, he's already made his first draft trade, moving up in this draft to get Clay Roach. We also saw the Dolphins' new general manager, John Eric Sullivan, makes his first 2 trades. Back to you, Ricky.
All right, Shefty's Inside Report brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy, and the commissioner making his way to the podium here for the 49ers selection at 27.
Pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Chris Johnson, defensive back.
So the Kevin McCoy State is big down. They do like the long game, but it's in San Diego State where he was the Northwest Defensive Player of the Year as a senior. Only 4 receptions, 2 picks, 6 and a sack. He was the second player, as has been spoken with cornerback Tennessee, and Trey Stoops, a corner safety out of Arizona. But for Chris Johnson, 6 foot, 193 pounds, that 4'3" at the combine. The combine was 31 inch long. So he has the length to look for. It's watching here as he tracks him up and late. Doesn't get handy, grab, intercept the football. So I think it's active when you come into the NFL. Some of these college kids, but that's been penalized because they can't rotate the ball. So they panic a little bit at the end of the round. He does this. Footwork very good. He was all very willing to participate. They run support, very sound tacklers. The way he makes the plays for the ball was consistent basics. Was a perfect defensive back like you are. You gotta love it. You see it here. It's all throughout the year. And he had 6 tackles and a pass breakup. He was outstanding against Cal. Had a pick 6 and a pass breakup in that game. So he kept getting better and better. And the test is he did run that with the length he has. He had it like a trade since from Arizona and both to Tennessee. This guy were here and getting momentum for the race so proud.
He's one of those guys who really likes to sit on route. It can be a real aggressive on the short and intermediate game. He's a guy who finishes really strong at that point. Once he gets the ball in his hand, he denies the threat to take it to the house. He ran a lot faster than I thought he would on tape. But yeah, I think down here when you're talking about pickings, pick 27 that we're at right now, this is good value for them. It's the best that they need. He's got all the measurables, and he's got some ball skills.
Oh, we heard another trade here, so The Brewers have moved back to number 28 with the Texans. Now they traded back again. The Patriots have moved up. So New England trading inside the division with Buffalo and set to make their first selection.
Like a broad right there.
31, a few spots to 28. Trading inside the division with the Bills. So we're in the Super Bowl a year ago. Will make their first selection of the night.
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Taylor Moon, tackle, Utah.
He's done 24 straight tackles for an outstanding offensive line over the last 2 years. The opposite bookend is Spencer Bottom. Buffalo did not allow 6 sacks last year on his way to being named first team offensive club.
John just add a little weight to that frame and get a little strong. Right now, the F4 assist him in becoming a heck of a player. Then about a sack this year. He was starter at back. Remember, Spencer Bottom was on the right side because David Wazoo did such a solid job at that right back spot. He's a one block and what his ability to ball off the opponent. As I said, it's a big factor right now. What can he guess? He's got to get the weight a little stronger. He could probably add 10 pounds easily to that frame. The pass protection, though, that's where it excels. He can mirror his lateral quickness, allows him to take away the edge and take away that inside move as well. Technique is very sound. Now, power will be good choice. But that's the inside right now.
Yeah, he's 6'6", 313, right? You're right. He's one of those guys when you watch it, you go, if he ever really show you it's nasty coming off the ball. When Bill does the desire to put somebody in the ground. But he's just so efficient and he's effective, you go, okay, I'll take that. But there's more in him.
That was thing is hot.
The Kansas City is on the clock. Chiefs will make the second pick of the night with Taylor Moon. Is headed to the AFC fans. And the celebration is on. And it's going to continue in just a moment.
I got the piece.
Forget the normal. DirecTV got hot. There are 5 more MLB games than anyone. Welcome to the big ones again.
How old are you?
Coach goes for ACT's and 2 weeks later, he texted me his primary care doctor that said, I need to talk to you, coach. It's very high grade and he did bladder levels, really called very high risk and muscle invasive bladder cancer.
What's that for the grilled burger? A grilled ranch burger. Seasoned to perfection with Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning. Yum! That's one cookout ready recipe everyone loves. The recipe at hiddenvalley.com.
Anything keep them from coming back. Well, actually, vaccine prevents weeds for up to 4 months.
It will prevent weeds for up to 4 months with Roundup. Action. This stuff works.
I cannot remember how you should give me Apple Judge.
I'm telling you what, though, fellas, I'm about to get up off here. Yeah, I'm definitely pretty pleased with the pick we got right there at, what was that, 19?
$6 every day.
That offense stock we got.
Celebrate every day for just $6 with the item.
I wouldn't like get the momentum going and get some more good pieces.
To power the unexpected.
But yeah, we'll see. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch y'all on the next one.
Ego takes innovation to the next level.